Hey y'all, welcome to the Blue Plate Special. We are live right here in downtown Knoxville. It's kind of a rainy day out there. It's a good day to be inside here, so if you're driving around, come join us. We have one act on the show today. They've come to us all the way from down in right around Greenville, South Carolina. You all give a big welcome to Angela Easterling and Brandon Turner.
Thank you.
Wide world turning round.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That song is called Big Wide World. It's one of my tunes. Well, hey, everybody. Hey, Knoxville. Thank you so much for coming out today. It's so fun to be back here on the Blue Plate Special. This next tune we're going to do for you is one I wrote about what being American means to me. You know, in this day and age, we kind of divide ourselves up in groups and define ourselves by our differences, but I believe that the things we have in common are so much greater than the things that keep us apart. And that's what this song is about. It's American ID. And if I could get a little more vocal in my monitor, that would be great.
On the night train to Copenhagen, fell into restless sleep, woke up in a foreign city. Every stranger looked like me, way back home in Carolina. Even in my family, I see the mark of many nations. It's our American ID. Every face tells me a story, some souls yearning to be free. We still fight and we still struggle. town. Came out west to stake my claim. Brought my ancestors' journey across these rivers and these plains. And I know it's a rested spirit. Same blood inside my veins makes me leave what is familiar, seek an unforgotten name. Every face tells me a story of a dreamer and a dream. We still fight and we still struggle for our American identity. We still fight and we still struggle for our American identity. I get so angry at my neighbor on so much we disagree. I decided to surround myself with those who think like me. But all these colors that divide us, all these differences we spite, maybe form our true foundation. In the end, seems so slight. 'Cause every face tells me a story that's part of my history. We still fight and we still struggle for our American identity. Every face tells me a story that's part of my history. We still fight and we still struggle for our American identity. We still fight and we still struggle for our American identity.
Thank you so much.
That's Angela Easterling and Brandon Turner on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. Well, welcome back to the show.
Yes, glad to be back.
Yeah,
Glad to
and
be
you're
back.
you're in East Tennessee for a couple of shows. Today, actually, you're
That's
playing
right.
this evening at Blount County Library at 6 p.m.
Yes, we are. For the Sounds of Spring concert series, we'll be playing at 6 o'clock. It's a free show, so please come on out and see us.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool series they do down there. Now, you released an album back in at the end of 2022 called Witness. It
Right.
got a good bit of attention and
Yeah.
made some top 10 lists, top 20 lists of the year and so forth. One of the notable ones being in American Songwriter magazine, which
Yeah,
is
that
pretty
was cool.
pretty exciting right there. But you're working on a new project now that sounds ambitious and really interesting. It's called the Knoxville Project, which surprised me because you're not from Knoxville.
No, I'm from South Carolina.
Exactly. So explain to us what this is and what it has to do with Knoxville.
This is cool because this is actually the first time I've gotten to come to Knoxville and talk about my working title, the Knoxville Project. So this is to do with my family's history during the Civil War. My dad's mother's family lived in Hendersonville, North Carolina. They were very poor, hand-to-mouth farmers. And they were actually, even though they were Southerners, they were opposed to the Confederacy. And so the men were conscripted and forced to join the Confederate Army, which they didn't agree with. They considered themselves to be loyal Americans. So they ran off from the Confederate Army and came to Knoxville, which was the closest Union Army base, and joined the Union Army, in which, as I've been doing research for this, I've found that thousands of men, mostly from Western North Carolina and East Tennessee, did that as well, that were opposed to the Confederacy, came here to Knoxville and joined the Union Army. So the women and the family and the children were all left behind. They were being starved by the local Confederate government, who knew that their husbands had deserted the army. And so they got word from my great-great-great-grandfather that if they could find a way to get to Knoxville, there was plenty of food and they would be fed and the Union Army would take care of them. And so in August 1864, my great-great-great-grandmother, she was 37 years old, her name was Narcissus Middleton. She and her 10 children and her adult daughter walked all the way from Hendersonville, North Carolina, to Knoxville. And they had babies. 2 of the children were babies. They had 2-year-old, they had 4-year-old. They had nowhere to stay. They had nowhere to sleep. It was very dangerous. They could have been arrested by the Confederate soldiers. The teenage boys, one of whom was my great-great-grandfather, could have been forced to go to the Confederate Army. So I actually have a handwritten account of their journey, and I've been writing a musical, kind of like a folk bluegrass musical, based on that. And so far, I've written about 25 songs, which kind of pulling from, like I said, the heritage of the area. Also listening to a lot of like Old English, Old Celtic music, like Scottish fiddle reels and things like that, and English folk ballads, and trying to pull some of that into it. And I'm super excited. I don't really know what to do with it. I want to record like a cast album with everybody singing the parts. Right now, Brandon and I have demos that we've done with me singing all the women's parts, him singing all the male parts, and our kids singing the kids' parts. And so we're probably going to do a few more of those with some more songs that I've written, and then if I can somehow find the money, I would love to record it all as a cast album. But I came up doing theater, and musical theater was my major in college, so I just found this like as a way to bring my 2 loves together, and also honors like I think a cool part of history that people don't really talk about that much.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. So, I mean, if people want to kind of keep up with when that might come out and stuff, what's the best way to keep up with you?
Well, I'm on all the socials, the Facebook, Instagram. My website is AngelaEasterling.com. Easterling is spelled just like it sounds. Like I said, there's nothing out now. I'm still kind of working on sort of wrapping up what I would think to be my first draft, and I would love to, be able to record all of these onto an album soon. But yeah, it's taken a little bit longer because it's, like I said, very ambitious.
But they can find all the rest of the music you already have out by going
That's
there
right.
or going to the streaming platforms and so forth.
Yes, I have 6 other albums out, previous releases you can check out.
All right, great. Well, maybe we can chat a little bit about your lives in a few minutes, but
Yeah.
let's get some more music right now. And you're going to, I believe, start with a song
Yeah,
from that project,
I'm gonna
right?
I'm gonna play you guys one of my new songs of the Knoxville project. This is a song called "Count All the Stars," and I envision it coming maybe 2/3 of the way through when the women are sort of like deep into their journey, which lasted 2.5 weeks. And I trying to put myself into the head of a woman from that time period as a modern woman has been very challenging. But I was thinking about what would it be for a woman who had never had really any autonomy over her life to step out and do this like big brave thing. And that's what inspired this song.
Get up, girl, time to move along. My back is weary, but my will is strong. Shouting once down the road I've gone, towards a need that cuts me to the bone. I've tried to be good, I've tried to be all you'd want from me. I bit my tongue more times than you would believe. You can count all the ways I've been changing. You can count all the stars in the sky. Each day we survive, I've been gaining this little sense of pride and the strength I had to find. Pain and birth and pain and death, void between is the breath. Feel that quickening in my chest, and I put my courage to the test. Hard times are plenty in this land, everywhere that I can see. How do I dare say a prayer for protection on me? You can count all the ways I've been changing, or you can count all the stars in the sky. Each day we survive, I've been gaining this little sense of pride at the strength I had to find, the strength I had to find. Get up, girl, time to move along. My back is weary, but my will is strong. Thank you so much. I'll add as an addendum to that, they made it to Knoxville. They made it and they all lived. Pretty amazing. Okay, so we'll do something from my life now. Brandon and I are the parents of 3 young boys, and I'm always thinking about what a big job it is to raise them up to be good men someday. A very important job, and that's what inspired me to write this next song. This is called Little Boy Blues. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. My heart is growing weary. I'm in this world of men. Memories still haunt me. Now I don't know where I stand. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. Who'll hold his little hand when I've gone to my rest? Will he become an honest man, or just another woman's task? Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gon' grow to a big boy. Little boy gonna be a man. Thank you. Little Boy Blues.
Well, Brandon and I have been playing music together for, let's see, this will be 16 years in May. We played our first show together on Cinco de Mayo in 2009. And along the way, we've gotten to play so many places and travel all over the country and released all these albums. And we've had 3 kids. And I mean, we've just been really busy. And one thing we never got around to was making our relationship official. And so one day I was driving along and I was listening to the Classic Country channel, and I was thinking about how I was a common law wife. And I thought, wow, common law wife, that ought to be a country song. Doesn't that sound like a country song, like a classic country song? So I went home and I wrote me a country song about being a common law wife, and this is it. So much.
That's Angela Easterling and Brandon Turner on the WDVX Blue Plate special. So we're going to get back to some more music here in just a minute. But first of all, for anybody who might just be tuning in, I want to remind you that these folks are going to be playing down in Maryville at the Blount County Library Sounds of Spring concert series tonight. That's at 6 o'clock. Also, for those of you who are in the studio today, I'll let you know that they have some merch over there by the piano on the merch table, so hope you'll go check that out and make them feel welcome after the show. I do have a couple of thank yous to make. Thank some of the folks who make this show possible. The WDVX Blue Plate Special is presented by Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria on Jackson Avenue in Knoxville's Old City, home of the Big Plate on Fridays, and by Modelo Especial and Corona Extra. Coming up this Friday on the Big Plate, we have Tangled in Blues, and you can find out about all of our upcoming Blue Plate special shows on our website at WDVX.com. Now, you already mentioned that you all have 3 kids together, and how do you balance that? Just out of curiosity, staying on the road, that's a lot.
Well, we don't stay on the road too much. Like for this trip, we'll be going back home in the morning. And we are fortunate to live in an area where there's a lot of live music within, close to us or an hour away that we can go play and come back. So
weekend warriors.
Yeah, and we'll jump in the Prius and go up to Virginia or Maryland for a few days, a couple times a year. But we're not really able to tour as far away as we used to. But we'll get back to that someday. My feeling about it is that my kids are only little for so long, and I just really want to be with them as much as I can.
Yeah. And one of the things that sounds like it's created in your life, which I had the same experience myself when I had young kids, is that you started playing music for young audiences as well.
Yes, I have. I've started doing some school shows and some kids shows. Yeah, to augment my bar gigs.
It's a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
The little kids are a little like little drunk people sometimes. So there
they're
are similarities
way worse.
for sure.
Yeah.
When I was a kid growing up, you would never take a small child into what we would call a beer joint. But now that all these breweries in quotations have popped up everywhere, you see little kids in there all
That's
the time.
very true.
Running all
And
over
dogs. And they both like music,
Yeah, they all like music. That's for sure. Well, let's get some more music right now.
Okay. So we're gonna do this is sort of a little bluegrass gospel type song that I wrote about trying real hard, and sometimes you feel like you're not getting somewhere, but you just keep hoping and keep trying. This is called The Mountain.
Could give me just one break, Lord, just one break, Lord, that's all I need. Just some mercy on my journey, for this darkness is all I
much. It's the mountain. So we live in actually in Greer, South Carolina, on land that goes back in my mom's family to 1791. It's still a working family farm to this day, and in fact, our three boys represent the 10th generation of my mom's family's descendants to live on that land. We live in a house that my grandfather mostly built, and all the buildings around. Now, Brandon and I don't run the farm. My aunt and uncle run the farm. They've got a small beef cattle farm, but sometimes Brandon gets to go help them round the cows up when the cows get out, because they do that sometimes. So he doesn't just play cowboy music. Sometimes he does the cowboy job. Anyway, that area is very rapidly developing, and lots of real estate, lots of houses growing up. And our farm used to be out in the country. Now it's a suburban farm. Our cows have a Starbucks to go to if they need a coffee fix. And so everybody wants the land and wants us to leave and wants to build condos and other stuff on there. And my family's had to fight to keep it a farm in the past several years. So that's what this song is about. This is another true story song from my life. This is called Blacktop Road.
They got telephone poles where our trees had been ripped up, our pasture put a sidewalk in. How big was the progress that you've got to go? We're gonna lay us a blacktop road. We're gonna lay us a blacktop road. Well, they tore down the house my great granddaddy built, where my grandpa was born and my mama took her first steps. Hey, but nobody cared about the stories they told. The spot was just right for Blacktop Road. It was a perfect spot for Blacktop Road. Yeah, Blacktop Road, Blacktop Road. They're gonna lay them on Blacktop Road. Don't you try to complain, do as you're told. Get out of the way of that Blacktop Road. Grandma planted these flowers back when she was my age. They still bloom her every year, though she's gone to her grave. Oh, they won't be here tomorrow, and that I know. They're gonna pick 'em right over with the Blacktop Road. Gonna cover 'em over, Blacktop Road. Yeah, Blacktop Road, Blacktop Road. They're gonna lay them on Blacktop Road. Don't you try to complain, do as you're told. Get out of the way of that Blacktop Road. Get out of the way of that Blacktop Road. Well, this can't happen in the USA. Said you better shut up, we'll take your farm away. Then they thought they'd be friends and never thought the phone. That's not the family name on that Blacktop Road. Now the family name's on Blacktop Road. Yeah, Blacktop Road, Blacktop Road. They're gonna lay them on Blacktop Road. Don't you try to complain, do as you're told. Get out of the way of that Blacktop Road. Blacktop Road, Blacktop Road. They're gonna lay them on Blacktop Road. Don't you try to complain, do as you're told. Get out of the way of that Blacktop Road. Get out of the way of that
That's Angela Easterling and Brandon Turner on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. We are going to get one more song from them today. But before that, I want to thank everybody who's listening and watching out there. Thank you in the audience. I do want to remind you, if you're in the audience, that they have merch over there next to the piano. And I also want to remind everybody who's listening that they are playing tonight down in Maryville at the Blount County Library's Sounds of Spring concert series. That's at 6 p.m. So you got another chance to see them.
Yeah.
But I think they've got one more song for us, right?
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned the kind of work-life balance of being a mom and being a musician, and it can be difficult at times, but it also can be so rewarding that I get to go out and do what I love and play songs that I wrote for people, and then I get to go home and be with my kids and be a mom. And I never made it big. I'm not a household name, but I feel like I made it every time I get to play a show, and so fortunate for that. Thank you guys so much for supporting live music. Keep that up. We need you guys so we can keep playing and keep doing what we love. This song is called I'm All Right.
Young, my mama would say I'd be a star someday. I guess I never made it, except maybe in her eyes.
Thank you so much. Let's thank Brandon Turner.
Thank you, folks. Miss Angela Easterling.
That's Angela Easterling and Brandon Turner on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. I hope you'll join us next time for more real live music. But right now, I'm going to send it back into the studio.